This is the Guyana Learning Channel's news in capsule for Tuesday, November 9, 2021. In the news tonight, senior citizens now leading countrywide COVID-19 vaccination, only fully vaccinated to be allowed entry into Guyana. In the world of sports, CWI Republic Bank complete trial edition of 5 for Fun. Regionally, Sugar Association welcomes court action over common external tariff. And on the international scene, judge rules against Blue Origin in standoff with SpaceX and NASA. And now for the details. Senior citizens across Guyana have begun pouring out in numbers to access their COVID-19 vaccines, a direct response to calls by Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony to up the vaccination rate among that population. The health minister had recently encouraged persons 60 years and older to become fully immunized so as to decrease hospitalizations and deaths. Dr. Anthony said Monday that senior citizens are now leading the way by taking their jabs. The vaccination rate for persons between age 40 to 59, particularly first dose, is also going well, the health minister relayed. He said 75.6% of persons in this category have taken the first dose, while 54.7% has taken the second shot. First doses among persons 18 to 39 years are at 71.1%, with 41.2% being fully immunized. Meanwhile, a total of 386,350 adults have taken the first dose of a COVID vaccine, while 252,908 of those persons returned for the second dose. Minister Anthony also noted that the COVID cases in Region 4 have decreased significantly. This, he said, could be attributed to the increase in vaccination. He said the ministry is monitoring Region 3 as the cases there remain high. Dr. Anthony made another appeal to persons to come forward and take the COVID vaccine and allow their children to take the jab, which has proven to be life-saving. This piece was extracted from the Department of Public Information. Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony said there will be no further extension for travelers to take the second dose of a COVID vaccine to enter the country. During the COVID-19 update on Monday, Dr. Anthony affirmed that after November, only fully vaccinated passengers will be allowed entry into Guyana. The minister noted that at the end of November, the mandate will be fully implemented, adding that unless a person is fully vaccinated, they will not be allowed entry into the country. In the updated COVID-19 guidelines for November, only fully vaccinated persons will be allowed to enter Guyana. But there have been objections from sections of society requesting time to be fully vaccinated. Minister Anthony said the government realized that many Guyanese would have been barred from returning to Guyana and has such lifted the policy until the end of November. Minister Anthony said this will further protect Guyana from imported cases. As there are no vaccination sites at the 2 international airports, Minister Anthony said passengers desirous of being vaccinated can visit any of the 100 vaccination sites countrywide. He is urging the population to be vaccinated as it will slow down the infection and death rates. This piece was extracted from the Department of Public Information. And now in the world of sports. Cricket West Indies CWI and Republic Bank Group have successfully completed the first trial edition of 5 for Fun, a new and exciting cricket format designed to grow interest and participation in cricket for primary school-aged children. Republic Bank and CWI partnered to create and trial this unique 5-over-5 player format of the game that sees CWI leveraging their extensive coaching and schools development infrastructure and Republic Bank's group-wide Power to Make a Difference program. 5 for Fun is designed around the principles of fun, inclusion, and equality. The fun elements of the game are rooted in its speed, energy, and uncomplicated rules. The 5 for Fun pilot scheme started with zonal games held earlier this year in St. Lucia. The finals took place recently at the Darren Sammy Cricket Ground with the support of St. Lucia National Cricket Association and the St. Lucia Ministry of Education. Following the tournament, there was a special presentation ceremony where several enthusiastic players received their awards. It was attended by several senior government officials, including Kenson Kashmir, Minister of Sport, representative of Republic Bank, and members of the SLNAC. With a combined parish structure forming 5 zones, 19 school teams participated in zonal preliminary rounds, leading to a grand Five for Fun festival finals. It is hoped that following this successful trial, this new fun and child-friendly format will be introduced into other West Indies countries in the coming years. This piece was extracted from the newsroom. And now for regional news. The Sugar Association of the Caribbean, SAC, has commended the Belize government for its decision to go before the Trinidad-based Caribbean Court of Justice, CCJ, alleging that Trinidad and Tobago failed to comply with its obligations under the Treaty of Chaguaramas that governs the regional integration movement, CARICOM. This case was not primarily about compensation. It is ensuring that protections set out in the treaty and reinforced by numerous decisions of the Council of Trade and Economic Development, COTED, are abided by. Otherwise, the CSME would have very little relative value for any of its members, said SAC Chairman R. Carl James. Under the RTC, CARICOM states are required to impose a 40% common external tariff or CET on brown sugar imported from sources outside the Caribbean region. Belize contends that it has evidence to demonstrate that between November 2018 to June 2020, brown sugar, which was produced outside the Caribbean region, entered the Trinidad and Tobago market without the 40% being imposed. Trinidad and Tobago denied that it has permitted the importation of extra-regional brown sugar from any extra-regional territory without the imposition of a 40% CET. Last week, the CCJ, which sat in its original jurisdiction, which is an international court with exclusive jurisdiction to interpret and apply the rules set out in the RTC and to decide disputes arising under it, heard the argument on the matter and has reserved its judgment for a later date. This piece was extracted from Loop News Caribbean. And on the international scene, a federal judge delivered a major blow to Jeff Bezos' space company Blue Origin on Thursday by ruling in favor of NASA in a dispute over who will build the lander intended to take humans back to the moon. Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, the two wealthiest people on this planet, each want their own companies to be at the center of NASA's plans to return astronauts to the moon. But NASA only has enough money for one of them, and it went with Musk's SpaceX. Blue Origin has fought that decision ever since, saying NASA unfairly favored SpaceX, and argued that space agency would be better served by funding both SpaceX and Blue Origin's plans to develop vehicles capable of landing on the moon. But all of Blue Origin's efforts thus far to overturn NASA's decision have fallen flat. The legal dispute had put NASA and SpaceX work on the contract for the Human Landing System, HLS, as the program is called, on hold. That work will now resume as soon as possible, the space agency said in a statement. Details about the lawsuit, which was filed in federal claims court in August, have been sparse, as the companies asked the judge to keep much of the proceedings a secret. A Thursday filing said lawyers will meet on November 18 so they can come to an agreement on releasing a redacted version of the judge's opinion. This piece was extracted from CNN Business. With that, we've reached the end of today's broadcast. Be sure to join us again tomorrow right here on the Guyana Learning Channel for more educational news and updates. On behalf of the technical team, thank you for watching, and remember to protect yourself and the people you love. Get vaccinated.